Hi, welcome to all the participants who are connecting with us today live for the MOOC session. I am Professor Sanjeev Srivastava, a group leader of Proteomics Laboratory and a professor at IIT Bombay. My lab is primarily focusing on proteomics-based applications to investigate different types of clinical problems. As you can hear a lot of noise here, I am trying to show you some of the technology which we use in our lab for doing the clinical proteomics research. Instrument what we are standing nearby is one of the next generation sequences, and I will explain you shortly that when this SARS-CoV-2 virus started showing its impact and COVID-19 was supposed to become a pandemic, we first needed to know about the sequence of this virus. And that's where the next generation sequencer and these kind of technologies are very helpful to decode the genome and tell us that what is the genomic composition of a given organism which can be utilized to further detect that type of organism. So, how can we detect these viral peptides and whatever responses are happening because of the virus to the human, to the host response, using mass spectrometry technology. So first of all, we try to look for what all proteins are present in the virus using these mass spectrometers. And then the goal was to look at also the host proteins which are getting modulated in response to this virus. So this instrument is known as LC-MS/MS. The first part is the electron chromatography or the analysis. And then we have electrospray ionization, and then we have the triplet mass spectrometer, which is one of the orbitrap technology coupled with quadrupole and ion trap. So here the goal is to have a very high resolution mass spectrometer. Can we try to separate the complex protein mixture, and that comes under deep proteome investigation. So we first looked at variety of samples from the patients, from the nasopharyngeal swab, which is currently being used for the RT-PCR detection, as well as the plasma sample, which gives the good pathophysiological information from the patient. And these samples were deep profiled using shotgun proteomics using the LC-MS/MS method. So after the deep proteome profiling is done, the next goal is can we develop some of the simple assays or tests using mass spectrometer, which can be utilized for two activities. One for looking at the SARS-CoV-2 viral peptides, that is in some way an alternative to the viral peptide detection. Or second, it could be can we look into the host response and the protein, which could be prognostic biomarkers for disease severity progression. So this instrument is a triple quadrupole mass spectrometer, which can be utilized to specifically look at the peptides which are showing maximum change in response to given disease. Or for that matter, if we are looking at the infection of the virus, we are only looking at the specific viral peptides and totally ignoring all the host protein types. So this technology works in the field of proteomics known as targeted proteomics, where we develop this kind of assays using selected reaction monitoring, and our goal over there is to look at the respective transitions of these peptides, which can be then monitored further to detect if there is a virus present or not. Or if we are looking at the host response, then we want to know whether a specific peptide from the host side is showing any alteration or the change in abundance in response to disease severity progression. So given that whenever a viral induces the host immune response, they will metabolites also get altered. And we thought can we investigate the plasma samples of COVID-19 infected patients and try to investigate which are the metabolites which are getting altered in response to COVID-19. And again, we use another type of mass spectrometer. This is one of the orbitrap fluid mass spectrometer. And along with that, we have the UHPLC. So here we can have much larger volume of the sample to be injected, and that samples we are looking for with very simple organic solvents like methanol extractions we want to look at which of the metabolites which are coming from the patient, and these kinds of peaks just simply depicts it that can we start looking at the regions where the metabolites are maximally getting changed, and that of course requires a lot of computation analysis to find out which of the metabolites which are getting changed. Okay, so let me now take you to our actual molecular biology lab, and of course I have to wear the mask now because of the COVID situation. So we will just give you brief, virtual tour of the lab where people do sample preparation and all kind of molecular biology based work. Of course, you are going to look at a variety of fancy instruments, but something as simple as this thermal cycler, that itself also is very crucial. And at the time of pandemic, that really served its purpose for looking at how viral amplification can be detected from the mRNA using the real-time PCR. So again, some of the basic technology which we talk in the course are routinely used in the molecular biology labs, and that have really helped during this pandemic time. I'll take you to another instrument which is quite helpful, and let me now show you another technology which is microarrays, and we are talking about protein microarrays here. So these are high density array which is having thousands of protein printed on this small microscopic glass slide, and this actually contains almost 40,000 features consisting of 18,000 plus proteins. So now think about on these kind of high density chips with very small volume of patient samples, you can screen different type of biomarkers looking for autoantibodies or various type of protein interactors, right? So that's where I think you can think about with modern technologies how looking at interaction and interactomics have become quite feasible. So on the screen what I'm showing you here is one of the slides showing the protein expression with the GST tag, and that shows that we have to do a lot of placing the grid etc. to make sure that we can find out the right intensities of these proteins, and then that could be utilized for subsequent big data analysis. This is a small scanner which is quite helpful for scanning these chips and different wavelengths. So using one of the instruments which is not so commonly used in proteomics, but especially for the COVID investigation, we look at FTIR based detection. Can we look at simplified methods to detect virus very quickly, and that's where FTIR instrument was quite helpful. Of course, for many of the things which we talk in the proteomics or genomics or a big data field, you need to prepare thousands and thousands of samples, right? And that's where having this kind of liquid handler becomes very handy, so that you can prepare samples in 96 well plate format, and you can prepare them quite in the robotic manner, and you don't have to rely on manual way of handling the pipettes. So again, some of these things can be helpful if you are looking at proteome-wide or genome-wide investigations. So in the clinical proteomics or clinical omics field, you are heavily relying on large number of clinical samples, right? And that's where the sample storage becomes quite challenging. I'm sure while discussing about COVID, you have heard about the storage issue of different vaccines, especially the RNA-based vaccines, which is Moderna and Pfizer they made, and storing them at minus 80 degrees, those kind of temperature can be very challenging. Now what I'm standing here is in front of one of the freezer which is having minus 86 degree temperature, and all of our clinical samples and different type of clones which are required for doing these kind of research are actually stored in that kind of condition. So you can imagine that to really prevent any kind of degradation of the samples and any contamination, we want to really store them to that level of freezing condition, right? And that's where doing this kind of research becomes quite challenging and resource intensive as well. And finally, let me show you that this is one of the big data processing server where you can now take huge amount of data sets which we acquire from these instruments of mass spectrometers or NGS or PCR, and then we try to investigate that how to combine the data sets and look at it in a much more holistic manner. And that's where you need much more computing power. And of course, many of you who are from the engineering background and who are more intended for the data analysis part, I think you have to think about how to best utilize the computing power to process the big data in more meaningful manner. So what I thought today that in addition to showing you the lab virtually in this manner, let me also talk to you briefly about the COVID-19 research, how that has happened, and how some of these technologies have made some contribution to that. Of course, we'll just give you a brief glimpse of that. But before I start the session, let me ask the teaching assistants of both the MOOC courses, Bioengineering and Interactomics courses, to introduce themselves.
Everyone, I'm Amrita Mukherjee. I will be your teaching assistant for the course Bioengineering. I'm a PhD scholar in Proteomics Lab IIT Bombay. My work focuses on understanding the pathobiology of cervical cancer and discovery the biomarkers related to it. Looking forward to meet you all.
Hello everyone, my name is Nirjal Banerjee. I am a PhD student under the guidance of Professor Sanjeeva Srivastava in the IIT Bombay Bioscience Bioengineering Department. I am pursuing PhD on the topic of understanding Plasmodium falciparum malaria and its severe complications using high throughput omics technologies like proteomics and metabolomics. Thank you.
Hi, I am Arthur Banerjee, Senior PhD student in IIT Bombay, Bioscience and Biology Department. I will be your TA for this course of interactomics. My specialization is on working with the brain tumors, especially pituitary tumors, to understand their pathophysiology, pathobiology, and to identify the surrogate biomarkers, protein biomarkers for this kind of tumors.
Hello everyone, I am Abhilash. I will be your TA for the Interactomics course. I am a PhD scholar in Proteomics Lab. My work focuses on biomarker discovery and understanding tumor pathology in colorectal cancer.
Hello everyone, myself Shashwati Parihari. I am a second year PhD student in IIT Bombay Biosciences and Bioengineering Department. Currently, I am working under the guidance of Professor Sanjeeva Srivastava. So, my research topic is on multi-omics investigation of endocrine resistance or chemokine resistance breast cancer in Indian women. So, I will be your TA for this course, MOOC Interactomic 2021. I will be glad to take your queries in this course. So, let's keep learning. Welcome everyone to this course. Thank you.